Hiya, my name is Dan McGeever. I'm from Trowbridge in Wiltshire, which is in the southwest of the United Kingdom. I've been part of FloryModels since November 2012, so just over a year. I've actually been modelling for around 3 years, so I'm still sort of relatively new to everything. This is my video of my man cave, although technically it's my living room. The beauty is that I live on my own, so any space I have is literally my own. I do feel sorry for those people who don't have that privilege, but I suppose I'm quite lucky in that sense. So here is my work area. Right, immediately above my work area I have some aviation prints. That one is of the B-17 Little Miss Mischief, which has a brilliant story behind it. And this is the, excuse the glare, this is the Mosquito tsetse fly, which also is another well-known aircraft. This is my work area, a rather nice large bench, as you can probably see. My computer is on the bench as well, so that I can look at the videos that Mr. Flory does whilst I'm building my own. Currently, as you can probably see, I'm doing the 1/24 scale Tamiya Mini Cooper. Under these trays, these are actually PCB trays, which I find are absolutely brilliant for holding components of the modelling kind in here. Currently the Mini Cooper steering wheel, radiator, there's one wheel there, and I believe under here will be the chassis, yep, with the engine as far. Used the brilliant dark iron buffable metallizers for the chassis, which I think, hopefully you'll agree, actually make it look more realistic than just semi-gloss black. At the back here I have a range of Tamiya paints in no particular order, although they were at one point. Also have my Pritt stick and Microset and Sol, crystal clear. I have my own little link mixture here, which is Winsor & Newton black with about 95% airbrush cleaner. My glue of choice is Cement S with some Zappa Cap, which I use for other jobs. Cellulose thinners, which is the CT bottle, and a bottle of airbrush cleaner, which I use for cleaning brushes. Over here on the left is my toolbox. Yeah, pretty scruffy. That's just sort of all bits and pieces which I don't want to throw away, because you never know when you might need them. Selection of sanding sticks and sponges, which I've recently acquired from Mr. Flory, and very nice they are too. Various cutting instruments, scissors, knives, scribers. Also got pin vices and drill bits in there as well. Various clamps, tweezers, pegs, yeah, all sorts in there, which are very useful. Selection of brushes, some old, some new, some borrowed and some blue, it would seem, as well. And next down I have all bits and pieces, various rules. I have a modeller's rule, which is very handy because it actually gives you actual sizes compared to the model form, which is quite handy to know. Was that instructions on easy line there? Yeah, which I'm yet to try. Trumpeter razor saw, various bits of Tamiya tape, wouldn't be without it. And just underneath that drawer is my washes, additional sanding sticks, additional sprue. That's a small box of extra parts from other kits, 172 pilots and all sorts in there. Yeah, perfect plastic putty, wouldn't be without that. That's absolutely brilliant stuff, on Philip Flory's recommendation. Also have cocktail sticks and cotton buds, airbrush cleaner, Pledge Clear, which I believe this is one of the latest versions of the same stuff. Vallejo matte and gloss varnish, which I quite like to use. The obviously wouldn't be without X20A Tamiya thinner. This is my spray bay, although not technically a bay because I have no form of extraction, so it's always on with a mask whenever I'm doing that. The airbrush I use is the Neo Fry Water. I've been using that for around 12 months now, and I think it's absolutely brilliant. I will upgrade in the future, but obviously money is an issue. I've got my little compressor down there, which I think was about £65 a year ago, sorry. Yeah, which I think is a brilliant little thing for people just getting into it. Various solvents and liquids, got some levelling thinner there, and white spirit and cellulose thinners and all that sort of stuff. Directly below that, underneath, is my Dremel tool, which is a battery operated one with various accessories which I like to use. These are my practice pieces. This was the Revel 1 to 144 scale Concord. Probably didn't need to tell you that, you can probably tell that straight away. Which I use for practicing. The paint job went wrong on this one, so I didn't want to throw it out, so I kept it for that. Also, I have the Airfix Mark 1 Spitfire. I didn't get any decals with the kit, and I'm a bit lazy, so I instead of just asking Airfix for a new set, I just built it and used it as a practice piece. And also, this is the Airfix, very old Airfix BF 110, which is used for the same thing as the other two. Immediately to the left of my spray booth, bay, sorry, is my display cabinet. Apologies for the reflection. On the top shelf is some various die-cast models which I've acquired. It's Enola Gay, Memphis Belle, Admiral Prune, which was Gibson's Lancaster, I think before he joined 617, and that's just a standard Mosquito. Here I have my 148 Texan, which I entered into the Korean War group build last year. I'm quite pleased with that one. That's the Italeri 172nd C-47 Skytrain. This was the first aircraft that I actually practiced some weathering techniques on, which didn't go particularly well, in all honesty. This little fella down here is the Airfix Chipmunk. This was the very first model that I used an airbrush on, and I was quite pleasantly surprised with the results, because it was my first attempt. There's nothing like pre-shading or tonal differences on there. That's just standard colour, and that's one of my latest finishes, which is the 172nd Nat. I'm hoping to have the Vampire pair it sooner rather than later, which is currently over on the shelf. To the left here is my stash, which I'm gently acquiring more and more as time goes on. It's normally in the bedroom, but I brought it in here because the bedroom is a bit of a tip. Apologies parents if you're listening or watching this. Some builds that I'm quite looking forward to particularly are the Edward Mark 9 early version. I think that's going to be a good one to build. Quite looking forward to the 132nd Typhoon. This is the twin seat version, which I think is going to be quite nice to build as well. And I'm very much looking forward to the C-17 Globemaster, which I've had in the stash for a while now, so it's about time it'll have to come out. Over here I'll have some more pictures on the walls of Mark 9 Spitfire and the prototype Spitfire, which flew back in 1936. Very nice picture. I have some fabric from the prototype Mosquito, which I acquired from the De Havilland Museum in London Colney. If you haven't been, definitely recommend that. and some fabric from the Wellington that they're currently restoring at RAF Cosford in Shropshire. On this shelf I have, I suppose you could call it work in progress, or shelf of doom, one of the two. This is the Airfix Helldiver, extremely old kit. Caused me no end of problems really, but I will finish it, just don't know when. As mentioned, the Vampire, which I'm hoping to finish soon, and then I can partner it with the Nat. And these two fellas here are the very first kits that I built coming into the hobby about 3 years ago. No techniques really used on it, just hand brushed, hand painted, no filler, no sanding, just straight out the box and put together, which I kind of missed from my childhood really, but you know, it's nice to have them there, but in time I'm sure they'll be replaced. So yeah, that essentially is my build, is my area. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed watching it, and I look forward to seeing some more excellent work on FloryModels, and hopefully I can join with some of my own sooner rather than later. Take care.